Everything is finally clicking for the Los Angeles Dodgers. After months of speculation, prediction, and build-up, the so-called perfect storm has arrived. And if you're a Dodgers fan, this is exactly what you've been waiting for. It's not just hype anymore. It's happening. The rotation's set. The bats are alive. The bullpen has new weapons, and the entire playoff picture seems to be shaping up in their favor. Everything fell right into place, and now the Dodgers are staring at an opportunity to take over October. Let's start with the rotation, because this is the real headline. When we talk about playoff success, it always comes down to pitching, and the Dodgers might have the nastiest 1-4 in all of Major League Baseball right now. Blake Snell is lined up to start Game 1. That's right. The same Blake Snell who's been carving up hitters all season long and whose postseason experience brings a calm confidence to this high-pressure moment. Following Snell, you've got none other than Shohei Ohtani taking the ball in Game 2. Yes, that's Shohei, the one-man wrecking crew. Then you go to Yoshinobu Yamamoto for Game 3, a guy who's lived up to the hype and adjusted quickly to the MLB stage. And finally, Tyler Glasnow slots in for Game 4. That's a lethal combo. If you're the opposing team, how do you even prepare for that? Snell, Ohtani, Yamamoto, Glasnow. That's 4 straight days of elite-level arms, each with different styles, different arsenals, and all capable of shutting down even the most dangerous lineups. And speaking of dangerous, let's not gloss over what the Dodgers bullpen has turned into. Tanner Scott is now out there. Robleski's made his appearance. And names like Sasaki and even Kershaw, yes, postseason Kershaw coming out of the pen, add depth and unpredictability. This isn't the same bullpen we saw throughout the regular season. This version is reloaded and full of options. The narrative that Milwaukee might have the bullpen edge, that might have been true a month ago, but with these late adjustments and arms stepping up, it's a whole different story now. You can't just lean on regular season stats and act like nothing has changed. This bullpen has been transformed, and if the Brewers think they're getting the same group the rest of the league faced earlier this year, they're in for a rude surprise. Now, Blake Snell isn't just a nice name on paper. The guy has earned the right to open up this postseason campaign. He's been lights out. We're talking about an ERA of 1.38 over 13 innings with 18 strikeouts. That's more Ks than innings pitched. Exactly what you want from your ace heading into October. His whip is an absurd 0.77. Those are video game numbers. And when you look at what he's done in the playoffs throughout his career, it gets even better. In 14 postseason appearances, he's 6-3 with a 2.92 ERA across 61 innings. 79 strikeouts. That's dominance. That's the guy you want to set the tone in Game 1. That's the kind of presence that can suck the life out of an opposing stadium. The path ahead is also crystal clear now. Game 1 and Game 2 are both in Milwaukee. The Dodgers know the assignment. Steal at least one of those games. Just one win on the road swings the momentum and brings home field advantage back to Los Angeles. And if it can take both, well, that just makes life a whole lot easier. We saw this exact formula with the Phillies in their previous series. They dropped both home games, and from there, the hill was just too steep to climb. So for the Dodgers, the mission is simple. Grab at least one in Milwaukee, and then come back to Dodger Stadium with a chance to end it in front of their fans. But this isn't just about strategy. This is also about narrative. The league has already made its predictions. MLB analysts are calling this a battle for the ages, a real war for the National League crown. But in the end, their official prediction is that the Dodgers will prevail in 7 games and head back to the World Series. And here's where it gets spicy. If they do win the pennant and then go on to take the championship, they'd be the first team in 25 years to win back-to-back titles. That's history. That's legacy stuff. That's what this season has been building toward all along. Now, let's break down how the two teams stack up, not from a fan's perspective, but based on what the league itself is saying. MLB went position by position to assess advantages and disadvantages. Behind the plate, Milwaukee gets the edge due to Will Smith's injury. That hairline fracture? It's enough to give the Brewers a small upper hand at catcher. First base? No doubt, advantage Dodgers. Freddie Freeman is still a force and anchors that corner like few others in the league. Second base is a bit more controversial. Milwaukee is given the edge, but that seems questionable considering the Dodgers' lineup flexibility. It really depends on who gets the start there. It's hard to judge that position definitively when there's so much variation in who plays. Shortstop? The advantage goes to the Dodgers. And for those who doubted Mookie Betts at the position, it's time to eat those words. He's not just serviceable, he's commanding. At third base, the Dodgers get the nod again, whether it's Max Muncy or Kike Hernandez handling the hot corner. Left field leans Brewers, but that's largely dependent on who the Dodgers choose to run out there. Alex Hall, for example, has had a tremendous postseason so far, and if he's in the mix, that edge might disappear real quick. Center field? That's Dodgers all day. Right field? Dodgers again. The outfield core is solid, experienced, and delivers at the plate and defensively. Designated hitter? That's not even a debate. Shohei Ohtani gives Los Angeles a massive edge. Starting pitching? Again, it's not close. Dodgers take that with authority. The only spot MLB gives the Brewers an edge is in the bullpen, but as we've already talked about, that's based on outdated regular season data. This is a different Dodgers bullpen now. With Sheehan, Robleski, Sasaki, and Kershaw ready to go, you can't use September stats to measure October baseball. That's a whole different beast. So when you add all this up, MLB says the Dodgers have 7 positional advantages to the Brewers 4. But if you reconsider the bullpen based on current performance and reconsider second base based on flexibility and matchups, that could easily swing to 8-3 in favor of Los Angeles. That's a commanding edge for a team that's already proven it knows how to win in October. And let's talk about the context here. The Brewers swept the Dodgers during the regular season, and yet they come into Game 1 as underdogs. Think about that. That tells you everything you need to know about how powerful and respected this Dodger squad is right now. Vegas has them favored, and the run total is set at 7.5, but if we're being honest, the Dodgers might cover that themselves. This offense is capable of exploding on any night, and with the arms they have lined up, they don't need 10 runs to win. They just need timely hitting, solid defense, and to let their rotation do what it does best. So here we are, game day, postseason tension in the air, and everything riding on Blake Snell, setting the tone for what the Dodgers hope will be a dominant October run. But the truth is, this team isn't built around just one guy. This is an entire roster that's been crafted with October in mind, from top to bottom. And that's what makes this Dodgers squad so dangerous. It's not just that they have stars, it's that they have stars performing, depth producing, and a front office that's made all the right tweaks at just the right time. Take a look at Shohei Ohtani, the guy slated to pitch Game 2 and be your designated hitter the rest of the series. He's not just the biggest name in baseball, he's playing like it. The impact he has on both sides of the game is unmatched. On the mound, he brings velocity, movement, and a level of command that few can match. At the plate, he's a problem for any pitcher. He's not chasing bad pitches, he's drawing walks, hitting for power, and coming through in key situations. When you have a two-way superstar like that in your lineup every night, it changes the energy of the team. It changes how opponents game plan. Ohtani is the wild card that no one wants to deal with. And right behind him comes Yamamoto, the rising star from Japan who hasn't just settled into MLB. He's already making a name for himself. There was a lot of pressure on this guy when he arrived. Expectations were sky high, and somehow he's exceeded them. His ability to locate, to change speeds, and to keep hitters off balance has given the Dodgers a legitimate number 3 who could easily be a number 1 on a lot of other teams. Then you finish off your top 4 with Tyler Glasnow, and that's when you realize just how stacked this rotation is. The Dodgers don't have to piece things together the way some playoff teams do. They don't have to play matchups just to survive. They can send out high-level starters every game and expect to win behind them. But even with all the talk about pitching, the Dodgers offense is still the engine that makes this machine go. Freddie Freeman is as consistent as ever. Mookie Betts is playing like he wants another ring. Max Muncy can change a game with one swing. And then you've got young guys and role players who are stepping up at the right moments. It's not just the big names. The Dodgers are getting production from everyone, and that's exactly what it takes in the postseason. Because it's never just the stars who win championships. It's the unexpected heroes. The guys at the bottom of the lineup who come up big in a seventh-inning rally. The bench bat who delivers a pinch-hit double in a tight spot. That's what separates good teams from great ones. And defensively, this team is locked in. You can see it in how they position, how they shift, how they execute. The fundamentals are there, but so is the energy. You watch them play, and it's clear. They want this. They're not just here to show up. They're here to finish the job. The sense of urgency, the chemistry, the discipline, it's all peaking at the right time. And that's not something you can fake. That's a culture thing. That's years of building and learning from past failures and near misses. This team has the scars to prove it's ready. Meanwhile, on the other side, you've got the Brewers. A solid club, no doubt. They've had a strong season, and they're not to be taken lightly. But there are clear cracks. Their starting rotation doesn't have the same punch. Their offense can go cold, especially under pressure. And even though their bullpen has been a strength during the regular season, it's not the same dynamic when you're going up against a team like the Dodgers, who grind out at-bats and punish mistakes. In the postseason, every pitch is magnified, and every weakness gets exposed. That's the kind of environment where the Dodgers thrive. The Dodgers have also proven they can handle adversity. They've been counted out before, they've faced injuries, they've weathered slumps, and every single time they bounce back stronger. That's a championship mindset. And now, with the talent to back it up, they've become one of the most complete teams in all of baseball. You can feel it when they take the field. This team believes. And belief, when combined with talent, is a dangerous thing. There's also something to be said about the mental edge. When you've been here before, when you've played in the biggest moments, you don't flinch. You don't panic. And this Dodgers roster is full of guys who know what it takes to get through the grind of October. That poise shows up in the small things. The smart base running, the heads-up defensive plays, the ability to stay calm when the crowd is roaring and the game is hanging in the balance. That's not something you teach overnight. That comes from experience, from pain, from losses that still sting. And it's that fire that's fueling this current run. MLB says this series is going 7 games. They see it being tight, dramatic, and full of momentum swings. And that might be true. But the Dodgers aren't thinking about 7 games. They're thinking about tonight. About Game 1. About starting the series on the right foot and never looking back. Because if they come out aggressive, if they punch first and control the tempo, they can break the Brewers' rhythm early. That's the opportunity they have right now, to take command from the very first pitch. But before we move forward, don't forget to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest news about the Los Angeles Dodgers. We'd love to hear your thoughts on news, so drop a comment below. Whispers are swirling through the baseball world, and if the chatter proves true, the Los Angeles Dodgers are about to pull off one of the most headline-grabbing moves of the season. Sources close to the situation suggest that Pete Alonso, the slugging first baseman known for his towering home runs and infectious energy, has reached a massive agreement with the Dodgers. While neither team has officially confirmed the deal, insiders claim that the discussions have been heated but fast-moving, hinting at a blockbuster shakeup in the National League. Alonso, who has long been a staple of the Mets lineup, is no stranger to headlines, having consistently delivered power at the plate and a presence that can electrify any stadium. Rumors now suggest that the Dodgers, always hungry for talent that can tip the scales in a pennant race, saw Alonso as the perfect fit for their roster. The timing could not be more intriguing. With the season in full swing and playoff hopes hanging in the balance, adding a player of Alonso's caliber could instantly elevate Los Angeles' offensive firepower. Fans on social media are already buzzing with speculation, weighing the potential impact on both teams. Could Alonso's move signal a shift in the Dodgers' strategy, one that leans even more heavily on sheer hitting power? And what does this mean for the Mets, who may now be facing the difficult task of replacing a cornerstone of their lineup? Industry insiders hint that the agreement is more than just a financial coup. It represents a strategic gamble that could define the remainder of the season. Of course, with rumors this juicy, caution is always warranted. Deals like this can collapse in an instant, and both parties have a history of negotiating carefully under the public eye. Yet the sheer size of the whispers, paired with the sources claiming inside knowledge, has left fans, analysts, and sports writers alike on edge. One thing seems almost certain. If Pete Alonso does indeed don a Dodgers uniform, the ripple effects will be felt across MLB, from New York to Los Angeles and everywhere in between. For now, we wait. The whispers have grown louder, the speculation more feverish, and the baseball world is holding its breath. Could this be the deal that reshapes the season? Only time will tell, but for now, the rumor of Pete Alonso joining the Dodgers is the talk of every clubhouse, every sports bar, and every Twitter feed in America. That's all for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date with exclusive news about the Los Angeles Dodgers, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We always appreciate your comments and feedback. See you in the next video.